Y'all see him in the streets struggling, young, dumb, and thuggin', give a fuck about nothing. Stuck at rock bottom, trying to come up on something. Pumping from sundown to sun.
What's up, guys? Street Justice here. Welcome back to my channel. We are back with another reaction to Game of Thrones on this Game of Thrones Thursday. This is Season 3, Episode 6, The Climb. I'm trying to think who that would be in regards to, or who would be dealing with The Climb. My best guess is probably Jon Snow and his girl, because they're dealing with the roughest terrain right now and the worst weather conditions, but I'm just going to leave that guess right there because I'm usually wrong with a lot of my guesses. But one thing I wanted to bring up before we jump in this episode is my season's MVP, and that would have to be Marjorie. I've already said it a few times, but the reason why I wanted to bring that up before we jump in is because of what we saw at the end of the last episode. And Tywin, obviously, he's not the most receptive of Cersei, but she's found the Tyrells to be a little bit sus, and she relayed that info to Tywin. And even though he's not the most receptive of her, he actually listened to her and what she had to say, and he used that info because we saw his plan a little bit at the end of the last episode and how he wants to pair off Tyrion and Sansa. And then we had Cersei kind of just snickering there, thinking that she's getting off scot-free, getting away with everything, and he wants to pair her up with Lawrence Tyrell. I don't know if Tywin's plan is going to come to fruition, but there's only one way to find out. If you guys are looking for my full reactions to the show, the link to my Patreon is down in the description below. If you guys are not already subscribed to my channel, now's a very good time to click that button down below. Smash that like button while you're there. With that said, let's jump right in. Let's check it out. Let's go. That's right. These two are on the run.
You've got too much wood in there.
Or three with the baby.
It needs to breathe. Take off that big log.
Ah, you know your fires.
She knows what she's talking about.
Oh, I found something at the Fist of the First Man. Buried treasure. Thousands of years old.
What does it do?
I'm not sure that it does anything. It's beautiful though, isn't it?
I feel like that's going to be key to something.
One of the brothers will sing. Darian sings best.
Do you sing?
No. Not very well.
Sing for us, Sam.
Sing me a song.
Oh, all right.
That didn't take much persuading.
A gentle smile ends all strife.
They're not safe out there, though.
Children.
That's not how you skin a rabbit.
I know how to skin a rabbit.
Not by the looks of it.
She's a pro. God damn.
You're both very good at skinning rabbits.
Why don't they teach you to say thank you off of a wall?
You've got a big mouth, Kat.
Hodor, do something.
Stick so far up her ass, it's a wonder her feet touch the ground. You've been nasty to her every day. Of course she's nasty back. Me? First time I met her, she put a knife to my throat. First time I met you, you held a knife at me.
That is true.
Your way of skinning rabbits is quicker than mine.
I said so, didn't I?
Osha,
Fuck.
I'm right here with you.
Seizures.
What's happening? I'm right here with you. Visions take their toll.
She's having one now.
I saw Jon Snow.
You saw him?
Uh-oh.
At Castle Black?
He was on the wrong side of the wall and surrounded by enemies.
You ever climbed it before?
No. But Tormund's done it 100 times.
Oh, so I was right. It is their climb.
I've waited my whole life to see the world from up there. Here, sit down. Brought a pear for you.
You killed someone for them?
Nah. I didn't kill him. But I bet his balls are still bruised.
Damn.
He wasn't good to me the way you're good to me.
You're loyal. And you're brave. You didn't stop being a crow the day you walked into Mance Raider's tent. You're going to be loyal to your woman.
Can he fully trust her, though? Or is she still loyal to them?
Joffrey, Cersei,
Hell yeah.
We come as friends.
No!
Pardon, milady. We'll be the judge of that.
Not friends.
Valar Morghulis.
Valar Irish.
I don't like her. I don't trust her. What is she doing here?
You have someone he needs.
Bodkin Point. Forgive me, lad.
what are you doing?
We serve the Lord of Light. And the Lord of Light needs this boy.
For
Did
what?
the Lord of Light tell you that, or did she?
Oh shit.
You're a witch. You're going to hurt him.
I see a darkness in you. We will meet again.
I'm sure of it. I legit got goosebumps there. Holy shit. Look at this wall. That's one hell of a climb. They look like ants. Jesus. No!
Just seeing if you can take a hit, lad.
Fuck off.
Sorry. Were you sleeping?
Was he the hornblower the whole time?
So let's play a game. Which body part
Jigsaw.
do you need the least?
I want to play a game.
How about your little finger? You don't use that for much, do you? No? Good. Let's start with that.
Is he actually gonna do this?
You've been wondering why you're here, only where you are, who I am, why I'm doing this to you. If you guess right, I'll tell you. By the old gods and the new, I swear it. You win the game if you can figure out who I am and why I'm torturing you, and I win the game if you beg me to cut off your finger.
If I win, he'll let me go.
No.
If you think this has a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention.
Your father is Lord Rickard Karstark.
That's the guy that King Rob just beheaded, right?
You swore to tell me.
You're right.
Lord Rickard Karstark is Robb Stark's bannerman. I betrayed Robb. That's why you're torturing me.
You win.
Take his finger anyway. We already have a little finger in the show.
You forgot to ask one question. You forgot to ask if I'm a liar.
I see my men have finally found you something appropriate to wear.
She's wearing a dress.
You're Stark Bannerman, Lord Bolton. I am acting on Lady Stark's orders to return Jaime Lannister.
As soon as you're well enough to travel, I will allow you to go to King's Landing as restitution for the mistakes my soldiers made. And you will swear to tell your father the truth, that I had nothing to do with your maiming.
My lady, may our journey continue without further incident.
Oh, she won't be going with you.
I'm afraid I must insist.
You're in no place to insist on anything. I would have hoped you'd learned your lesson about overplaying your
hand.
Impossible.
Why?
My grandson is the pride of High Garden, the most desirable bachelor in all 7 kingdoms.
Most beautiful woman in all 7
Now we get to see these two go at it.
My stomach remains quite strong, however. The only thing that might turn it are details of your grandson's nocturnal activities. Do you deny them?
No, not at all. A sword swallower through and through. True, we don't tie ourselves in knots over a discreet bit of buggery, but brothers and sisters.
She's calling out his family too.
Further life into a malicious lie by discussing it. Now, if the rumors about my children were true, then Joffrey is no king at all, and House Tyrell is throwing its prize flower into the dirt. If you refuse to marry Loras to Cersei, I will name him to the King's Guard. Shall I draw up the order?
Tywin's getting his way.
Or do you consent to this match?
It's a rare enough thing. A man who lives up to his reputation.
No. That is crazy. The effects are top notch too, I gotta say. Don't cut them loose. Well, that would like break her back. Yeah, fuck that guy. You gotta take him out now, John.
It's hard to say which of the 4 of us is getting the worst of this arrangement. Probably Sansa, though Loras will certainly come to know a deep and singular misery.
Sansa probably is getting it the worst.
Did you, or did you not, order Sir Mandon to kill me during the Battle of the Blackwater?
Why isn't she just flat out saying it? Doesn't seem like her.
The impulse I understand. He hates me because I'm the only one who tells him what he really is.
Do you want me to say?
I want you to tell me if my life is still in danger.
Probably.
So it wasn't even her, it was Joffrey.
He won't do anything now, Father, is he?
You may escape at least. One once Jamie gets back, Sir Loras may come down with a terrible case of sword through bells.
When do we think that's going to be? He's out there somewhere.
Jamie or not, I'm truly flattered.
It is flattering, really. You feeling such dread at the prospect of me getting what I want.
Who doesn't like to see their friends fail now and then?
You're so right. For instance, when I thwarted your plan to give Sansa Stark to the Tyrells.
But your confidant, the one who fed you information about my plans, the one you swore to protect, she was a bad investment on my part.
Did he do something to her?
I did what I did for the good of the realm. The realm? Do you know what the realm is?
Chaos. A gaping pit waiting to swallow us all.
Chaos isn't a pit. Chaos is a ladder. Many who try to climb it fail and never get to try again. Fall breaks them.
No! Look at that view. Ooh, beautiful. After that trek, I feel like a kiss is deserved. It's been earned. But I feel like in this show, happiness does not last long. Alright guys, that was Game of Thrones Season 3, Episode 6, The Climb. And now I know what The Climb was and what it is and what it was all about because, yeah, I don't know personally if I could have done that because I'm not a fan of heights. I don't know if many people are, but yeah, that was one hell of a climb. And Jon Snow and his girl almost actually died from it at one point because of that fuckboy Vision Quest. He actually cut them off and let them loose. I know it was kind of to save himself. He kind of had to do something, but he could have made sure that they were like attached to something else first. That whole scene, I was really impressed by it because that was basically like movie big blockbuster special effects. That was not something that you typically see on a regular TV show, and if you do see something like that on a TV show, it's usually not very good. So yeah, I gotta say that was very impressive, and I gotta give props to their special effects team because that was very well done. Even though it was a small scene, it was very short, it was very impactful. So yeah, I loved it, but hopefully Jon Snow gets his revenge on that one guy because he was even giving them a dirty look afterwards, like, fuck, they actually survived that. So hopefully that comes back to bite them. We shall see. There's a lot that went down this episode, though. There's a lot to go over. The very start of the episode, we actually caught up with Sam and his girl. I forgot that they were out there because I even said, too, oh yeah, these two are on the run, but I should have said all three of them because the baby is obviously included as well. That was a touching scene, though, but I don't know. There was a lot of scenes this episode where they were almost too happy. Of course it wasn't all good though, especially after that evil monologue from Littlefinger. We saw the results from that, but yeah, there were definitely some touching moments in this episode from Sam and his girl, Jon Snow and his girl. So yeah, I even said at the very end of the episode though, happiness does not really last long in this show, so that's almost like a sign of some bad things to come. That might actually be a good segue for what I'm about to say because I actually brought this up in my very first reaction to the show. I have heard of the Red Wedding. I don't know whose wedding it is or whose death takes place. I just know that a wedding goes down and there's a lot of death that comes with it. And I'm starting to think that it's actually going to be Joffrey and Marjorie's wedding. I could be completely wrong. There could be a wedding in the future, but we've already gone through a couple seasons now and the Red Wedding hasn't happened. It hasn't gone down. So I'm really starting to think that that's the wedding where everything goes down. Is it going to happen in the season finale? I don't know. Is it actually going to go down this season? I don't know. I just know that wedding is fastly approaching and it's starting to seem like that might be the one that everyone was talking about for a long time. That's how I was not even a fan of this show. I'd never even seen a single scene of this show. I've never read the books. I let you guys know all this, but even I had heard of the Red Wedding, so I know that it's a major event. Is it going to go down this season? I kind of hope it does, and I do know the last two seasons, you guys kind of let me know beforehand. It's not really a spoiler. You just let me know that big things typically go down in the 9th episode of every season, or at least that's the trend for a while. So if I were a betting man, I would place my bets that it's going to be Joffrey and Marjorie's wedding where everything goes down, and it's going to be, I'm saying that prediction right here, right now, it's going to be the 9th episode of this season. But We shall see. Obviously, we've gone over the happy stuff, but I said it actually in my introduction at the very start of this reaction, how Marjorie was my MVP up until this point, but at the very end of the last episode, Tywin came swooping in, and this episode, he kind of showed that power that he actually holds as well, because that grandmother, that Tyrell grandmother, I've said it before, she kind of reminds me of my own grandmother, just being strong-headed and basically being like the boss of the family, even at that old age. But seeing her go up against Tywin, I actually really enjoyed their scene because they were both bringing up really good points. He obviously mentioned Lawrence and his nocturnal activities. What did she call it? A sword swallower? Something to that effect. That whole scene was great, but then she actually came back and brought up, oh, what about the extracurricular activities between your daughter and your son? And yeah, that was the very first time that we've ever seen Tywin even acknowledge those rumors. And right now, I don't know if he doesn't want to believe it or if he knows it's true and doesn't, or if he's just flat out saying those are just rumors and that's it, they're lies. We already know how big the whole lineage of his family is and how important the legacy of the Lannisters are to him. So yeah, I'm starting to think that he just does not believe it, does not want to believe it, even if more or less he knows it's true, which I don't think he knows as of right now, but I feel like it's only a matter of time. Everyone else has already found out. It's only a matter of time before he does as well. So yeah, I really enjoyed that scene, but when she threw that back at him, he brought up a good point as well. He's like, okay, so if you were to reveal that and Marjorie does marry the false king, then where does that leave you and your family? So yeah, I think they're all just gonna kind of use that lie to their advantage and just kind of sweep it under the rug for now, and they don't really care. They just care about the power, the legacy, and the respect, and everything that comes with the throne. So that's very interesting. I can't wait to see. Hopefully he does find out, because I feel like his reaction to it is going to be the most interesting out of everyone's. So that whole scene, that was some good stuff. But I also mentioned there was some sad moments this episode. A couple things that I want to make sure that I get out before I completely forget, because I always forget. The Fire Priestess. She actually ran into Arya and she took King Robert's bastard son. What is she going to use him for? Obviously, Stannis, and I didn't know that she knew about him, but obviously her and Stannis are going to use him. To what effect, though? I love seeing Arya go against her, and she even said, I see the darkness in you. You're going to be the one to get them, and we're going to cross paths in the future. I can't wait to see what comes of that. But the other person I wanted to bring up was Littlefinger's protege. I thought he was like working with her, but I guess he found out that his like head mistress girl or whatever the label on her is, she's been around since season 1 too. Joffrey took her out. Obviously he was not happy, or Littlefinger was not happy that she was working with the bald dude. I'm so sorry guys, I'm terrible with names. You guys are always great at helping me out, but yeah, that was rough to see. Obviously we didn't see it actually go down, but we saw the after effects of it, and Joffrey just sitting there with his bow, almost proud of his work, and she was all strung up, hung up, arrows through her. That, I feel so bad for her. But the one moment I didn't want to forget to mention that you guys have kind of been building up for me, and that's the Hornblower, Theon's captor. Wow, I can't believe that he was the one from the very beginning that was doing it, that he was a part of it, and they finally explained who he is, but at the same time, he is a psycho. You guys know, I can't wait to see Theon's death, but that whole scene, that torture, that was almost even a little bit too much for me. And I'm a horror fanatic. I watch a lot of gore, like this torture films, like torture porn, some would call them, with the Saw films and whatnot, and even worse stuff like the foreign movies that I watch. But even that scene was almost a little bit too much for me, because they showed it in graphic detail exactly what he was doing and exactly who he is. That was a crazy scene. So yeah, that kid is a psycho though, because he even said as well, the Great Hunt, now that he knows that the other Stark kids are still out there, he wants to be the one to hunt for them. So Jesus Christ. And I don't think he's going to kill Theon. I think he's just going to keep him as like a pet as of right now, just keep on torturing him because of his brother, because of his father. And I don't even think he knows about his father just yet. So yeah, that guy's a psycho and he is something else. As always, definitely let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. You guys can like and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. Until next time, I am out. Enjoy your day. Peace. Peace.
Well, I didn't smoke enough for you, didn't drink enough for you, wasn't fun enough for you, wasn't good enough for you, damn. You play me like a yo-yo and shit. Well, I am not the one to be yo-yo, and when you put that shit on me, then I watch you leave, let you